Hello, this is Wayne Estrada, and for the last 30 years, I've taught over 30,000 people in corporate training environments. And today, I'd like to talk to you about 4 separate possibilities of providing training to your people. All of them have positives and negatives, and we're going to briefly take a look at each one. The first one is on-site training, and also off-site training, which could be perhaps in your same city. The third is traveling to a class, and the fourth is an online class. So the first one is an on-site training class. Now, in a large corporation, you probably have adequate training facilities with desks and projectors and workstations for an instructor to come in and teach the class. The biggest downside to this is invariably a manager has come into one of my classrooms and said, "Hey, Mary or Joe, I need you for a few minutes," and they're gone for an hour. In that scenario, it depends on the type of class. Some classes are additive, where it's like building blocks, one thing stacks on top of another. So if you miss a segment, that person comes back and they're lost, and you've really essentially lost the benefit of that training class for that person. Some classes are modular, where they're just different topics, so if they miss an hour, it's not going to be a big deal. But I really want to emphasize that if you're having an on-site class, that you do not interrupt the employees. Just pretend that they're off-site. And that takes us to number 2, off-site. Now this could be a vendor training facility in your city, or it could be a rented hotel space. Here in Washington, I've had the privilege of teaching the Pentagon, the CIA, the FBI, drug enforcement, people that have high security requirements, so I could not be on-site, so we rented an off-site facility, or they came to, at that time, my IBM facility, and we conducted the classes there. That has the obvious advantage of them not traveling, and there might be a disruption in their commute. But otherwise, that is a viable option. Number 3 is that people can travel to a training site. Now, this has a psychological benefit for your employees. They're getting a little bit of a vacation. And I've taught classes all over the country where people have flown in. I had a gentleman one time, twice actually, it came from Hawaii to Washington, D.C. to take a class, and he enjoyed being in Washington. So it's a benefit to your employees that they get a change of pace. Of course, the downside is the travel costs, possible rental car, hotel, food, things like that. But it is a plus for employees. It's kind of a reward for employees to travel to a class. So that's something you might consider. The last element is online training. Now, online training can take place either in the home of the employee or in the office. In the home, I've seen some pluses and minuses. Sometimes there's barking dogs or crying babies and the person has to leave. And that can be a distraction. But generally, being at home is a good choice for online training. They don't have to travel. They can concentrate on the class, assuming they're focused on what they're learning. Now, online training in the office environment, I have found more to be a detriment than a help for 2 reasons. Number 1, many people don't have private offices, so they're at a cubicle, and there's background noise, people walking by, or maybe, again, the boss asking Mary Jo a quick question. And so that can be a distraction. The second major thing regarding online training in an office is for our firewalls. I've seen many times where we're using an online training system and the firewall will not allow that employee to get to that system, where it's very sketchy. So you have to be careful about that situation. So I hope you found this to be useful today. If you have any questions about corporate training, please contact me at ibmcognostraining@smarttriangles.com, or you can reach me on LinkedIn. And I thank you very much for your time today.